Hello, my lovely childs of the internet. It is I, Multi126789, other known as Multi-Man, and welcome back to another wonderful episode of the Unspoken Hyimm podcast. As you can tell, I had to remember what the podcast name was because it's been a month. It has been a month. That, and also, as I'm talking, I just got back from a night shift. Working 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. I'm recording this about an hour and a half after the fact. I thought I was going to go to sleep, but I decided no, I shouldn't do this because if I do, I might miss out on the opportunity to talk to you guys again. So here we are. Once again, it's another month, another end of the month of the year of 2024. Today is April the 28th of 2024. And today, I guess we're going to be talking about what I would say this month I would describe it to be. Um, I was trying to think of words, and I think the one that I'm going to stick with for this podcast would be absent. Yeah, so absent April. Um, yeah, April was quite a month where a lot of things kind of just happened and then also didn't happen, and I just existed, but also didn't exist for a lot of you guys. Um, I don't know how to say it nicely to myself, but basically, I mean, I made content, made plenty of content for you guys. We finished the rest of Splatoon Side Order. We finished Penny's Big Breakaway. We're close to finishing Hollow Knight. Um, Somewhat close to beating Unicorn Overlord from what I heard, but I need to start getting back and beating that game. But even though I've been close to beating a bunch of games recently, I've been noticing something that I think y'all of you noticed too, and that's why we're talking about it before I eventually hit the hay here. I've been absent from your guys's field of vision because a lot of y'all are probably thinking the exact same thing I was thinking the past couple of days while I was kind of just doing some other stuff and me having to reflect on some things. I've been kind of absent from you guys in a way where I feel like I haven't been engaging in a way. No Fire Emblem, by the way. But I haven't been engaging with you guys in the content, like doing multiplayer stuff as of late. I've noticed that from the year, not the year, the month prior in March. But even in April, I was hoping to get back on the right track of doing that sort of thing because I was ahead in content and I didn't. I don't really know if there's a way to describe it. It's not like I was depressed or anything like that. No, 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 no. I was mostly just focusing on other stuff, but even still, it feels kind of bad because I've been absent from doing a lot of community stuff with the channel lately, and I've been noticing that, and that's why we're talking about it. I feel like I've been absent from my channel because I've been spending and doing other things with other people, which is fine. That's fine. There's not a problem with that. I think that me spending and doing and using my free time more than just watching YouTube videos and editing videos and all this other stuff is good. I've actually been learning a lot of practical skills and I've been trying to hone my talents of being able to read, write, do mathematics. I've been trying to do some cool stuff by just going out of my way and trying to learn new stuff and trying to learn new cool stuff. Even that being said, I added so many new features, and even though I'm not use all of them for my streams right now, uh, I have been trying to crank down on myself and trying to wanting to learn a bunch of new stuff to allow myself to say that I'm oh, I have these tools under my belt that I can keep here, and then I can you know bring them out when I want to, and that would be pretty cool, right? It would be very cool. But even with all of that being said, I know you guys probably miss me and miss my consistency. I miss that too. I definitely miss that too. That's why we're talking about it right now because genuinely I was thinking about making an update video, but I don't even think we need to make an update video anymore because we are talking about it right now in this podcast. And even now, I know not everybody's going to watch the podcast. I do recognize that, but for those who are watching the podcast because you do still care about the channel and the content, and you still like listening or hearing me just talk about nothing or something, I guess, because you guys are giving it value by listening, right? I apologize sincerely for being gone and not really doing any of the multiplayer stuff that basically made my channel pop off last year. I apologize for that. I hope to rectify that in the upcoming months. My integrity of this channel is still wanting to do stuff with my community and doing community based gaming, but I haven't really done that. There are definitely plenty of things that happened during the month of April that probably stopped me from doing that, but it's still no excuse because, genuinely speaking, the Chow Garden is meant for all of us. So, even though I do want to play these single player games, I am going to start leaning back again into doing multiplayer games, hopefully soon. And I'm going to probably save a lot of my solo content of me just playing games to myself, probably to myself for now. Because I was trying to think about like what the next big thing I want to stream is, and I was leaning towards Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door when that comes out, and yeah, I'm probably gonna definitely stream SMT5 Vengeance or SMT Vengeance because you put five in the. Listen. I'm tired. I'm tired. Okay, we're 6 minutes in and I'm already tired. I'm sorry, but like those are all single player games. And I also noticed that you guys probably got fatigued with me basically streaming all of Unicorn Overlord. Listen, I myself am even getting fatigued from streaming it because now I feel like I want to finish the rest off screen so I don't fatigue you guys so I can just play it. But I'm gonna finish the stream playthrough of that because I kind of want to, because that is something that I just want to make sure that's finished so I can have it immortalized on the channel, because at least then I can say I played and beat it on my channel, so if somebody wanted to watch or see my reactions to certain things of the game, they can see it. So that's good. But no, I want to get back into doing, Mario Kart. I want to get back into doing Smash Brothers. I want to get back into doing Splatoon, at least a little bit for all of these things. I wanted to go back to doing Mario Party, of course. I want to come back and do a lot of this stuff, and I didn't mean to literally be absent for like these past like 2 months. It's just more just the fact that I think that the absent stuff happened because I kind of put value in different things that wasn't just related to just streaming all the time. Which, to be fair, like I said, I touch grass, I go outside, I breathe fresh air, I kind of just take in life and enjoy stuff because sometimes that is important. But even still, with that being said, even some of the times I just didn't stream it, I didn't even end up doing anything that same day. Which, I mean, like, content brain. I know it's content brain, and it's kind of a type of brain rot that if you're a content creator, you're like, oh, you always got to make something. Oh, you got to think about picking video games that make good content. Do, 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 do. Okay, listen. I know. This is how I know it sounds cynical because, like I said, I'm not doing this as a job. This is a hobby. So it's okay to, like, sometimes just take a chill and step back. Though I am trying to still keep my obligations to myself, still preparing for the end of the year, because right now we're 1/3 through the year, and I'm just like, bro, I wonder how many games I did already play for the end of the year. So I have content for the final video of the year, which will be the games of this year, and I'm thinking too far ahead of that, but also realizing I don't know what I'm gonna do. Once we get past June and July and get into August, because August, everything from August downwards, we don't know what video games are coming out, what we're going to be seeing. By the time this comes out, we'll probably know, probably. I would assume near the end of May, early June, we're going to get some announcements from Nintendo actually having a full direct and not going to be, all these other indies, but, right now it's looking kind of dry, which is fine because there's also some things that I did want to do, but I have been absent of wanting to do because I kept telling myself, oh, I can hold it off a little bit longer. Oh, I can hold it off a little bit longer. Like, we finished all of Penny's Big Breakaway this month, and again, all of that was stuff that I did a while ago that was scheduled out throughout the rest of this month. So that's fair in a way, but I also didn't use that time wisely making more content. So like right now as we're talking, this is the only piece of content that I actually made in the past 3 weeks of having time to make content. Also, just because I just want to be honest with myself, no, that's not true. I have made a bunch of TikToks, which will be soon put on to YouTube Shorts. Though I still need to figure out with YouTube Shorts if you can make them longer than a minute. If not, I'm just going to take the best part of each of these, little bite-sized clips for the shorts and use them because I was already using them for TikTok, yada yada and so forth. Honestly, if you want to see full clips, you can go to the TikTok. Maybe I'll actually plug it in the yeah, I guess I'll plug it in the description of this one because if anybody's interested, you can go just to the TikTok and see everything that I do there. I do live reaction, not live reaction, but I like do live bits as well, which I'm trying to start incorporating into the actual YouTube stuff as well. It's just hard to figure out how to do that sometimes when you want to do content, and certain types of the content work better with that and some don't. But needless to say, also my mind has been pretty absent on like some of the other goals I said I was going to do last month for this month, and it's annoying me because I'm like, it's not like I'm not trying to do them. It's more just I'm finding reasons or finding other ways to distract myself instead of actually being, engaged and present in the moment and doing it, which is why, like, literally right now, I was going to go to sleep without doing this recording, but I was like, you know what, if I don't do it now, there's a chance that before I go into work again, one more night before I do this, I won't get it done. So, the best way to keep myself humbled and to keep myself on task, just say that you're going to do it. Just do it, man. It's okay. Like I told you guys before, sometimes you just need to tell yourself, just do it, man. I know it sucks, or sometimes it might be hard because you just don't want to start, and starting is always the hardest part with anything in life. Because once you start something, that's the hardest because you have to stick with it. But once you start sticking with it long enough, you're going to do it. Like, that's just how it is. For me personally, when I'm talking to you, I'm just thinking about all the stuff that I have, like, literally stuck around and did. And I'm like, okay, there's still a bunch of other stuff I still need to do. I still need to lock in and be skibbity, and be the Sigma of this channel and try to do it. But, like, I'm not even trying to make an excuse. It's more just, like, I just need to grab it by the horns and say, listen, buddy, it's either you or me, and today it's not going to be me. And that's basically where we're at. I know. Listen, I'm tired, but it's okay because I think this is making for authentic content that you guys like. I know that we don't usually talk heart to heart like this most of the time because we're usually focused in video games and talking about stuff anyways, but needless to say, I'm very glad to still have you guys around if you're listening and if you're watching. Like I said, it is very much appreciated that you guys have the patience and tolerance for me because like I said, sometimes I get annoyed with myself that I have to have the patience and tolerance with myself to be able to say, hey buddy, you've been slacking, you had all this free time, you could have did something with it. And I'm like, you're right. I'm like, you're not even wrong, me, you're right. I just chose not to. But hey, I feel better because the last time that I felt this way of being motivated to do any sort of content was a while ago. But I will promise you this, okay? If you're listening to this on the Tuesday it comes out, because this is going to come on, it should come out on the last day of the month, because I try to make sure it's either the last week of the month or the very last day, because it needs to come out on the month, because that's the whole point of the monthly podcast, is that it comes out on the month. Sorry, I was being hysterical. But I promise you, because I had been taking some of my time and still collecting footage off screen and doing some stuff with people, I still have recordings of stuff that I've been doing with people. So me and my boy Shaq is game, other known as Super Swag Dude. I don't know when he's going to get his YouTube channel up. Please bear with me. But my boy and I played content warning, and I have a bunch of footage of that. I'm gonna cut it down into a highlight so you can just see all the fun stuff that we did and how funny it was for us to experience that for the first time, and a few of his friends that he found that he magically just materializes. Was that the right word? Materializes. Thank you. I was trying to look in my brain dictionary, and I'm like, that's the word I wanted. Anyways, we had some fun with content warning, and I had that footage, and I completely forgot about it because we did it at the beginning of April, like the first or second week of April, and I said I was gonna do stuff with that, and then completely got sidetracked. Completely got sidetracked. And then also recently I did beat a game that was like only 5 hours long. So that I'll probably do a video about. I have, like I said, and now I'm not even gonna make a promise because I feel like my promises aren't to keep. Like, you know what? I'm not gonna make that joke because it might be a spoiler. But you know, if you know what I was gonna say, whatever. It was about a game that just came out that had the number 7 in it. That's all. That's all. It wasn't gonna. I wasn't gonna spoil anything, but I was just like, yes, a song reference in my jokes. Needless to say, I still plan on doing a lot of the other projects and other video recording things that I wanted to do. I just haven't sat down and just like completely just enthralled myself in making content lately. And again, it's not because I've been depressed. Not It's somewhat been because I've been distracted, but also I just have been kind of been like I just want to finish the things that I started before I start new stuff because that is the exact thing I'm scared of when making content is that I started Hollow Knight, sure hope I finish it cuz sometimes I might drop it. Hope Unicorn Overlord almost finished that game, but I feel like I was about to drop it because I just kept taking time away from it. Um and that's what I'm scared of because I don't want to stop making or finishing the stuff that I start making. Because I have a few things on my channel that are like that where I definitely started a thing in concept and then I just kind of stopped. Uh, Refer to Let's Play here, here, and here. I'm not putting them on screen. I'm just letting you remind, kind of guess which ones they are. And even now, right now, I'm like rambling because even though I am tired, I'm just like, bro, I could still talk about a lot of extra stuff. I'm like, to be fair, a lot of the reasons why I think I want to even call this absence is because it's like the absence of not just making content, but the absence of feeling like I haven't made progression. Like, I felt like the whole month of April was like a filler episode in an anime. You know what I'm saying? Whereas, like, I definitely did stuff, but I don't feel like it all contributed to anything grander other than I did it. So now we can go on to the next main arc, which is May, where we're going to be starting to get into summer. I'm going to probably be going out and exercising more. I'm going to hopefully be more consistent with uploads. I'm going to still try to keep my either Monday, Wednesday, or Friday slot because I think for you guys, you enjoy having anything that you would like to watch on those days, or if not, you just wait until the end of the week to watch them anyways. But I like having you guys have a beginning, middle, and end of your week, and then you do whatever you want for your weekend, or if I'm free that weekend, I'll be streaming, so you have that option. And also now that I'm going to be uploading shorts, I'm going to probably the first upcoming week of stuff, I'm probably going to do shorts on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, which you probably already saw the Monday one because what is today? Oh yeah, today is Sunday, and then this should come out on Tuesday. Yes, and then Thursday should be the content warning stuff, and then we'll be back into. We're gonna put out shorts until I can catch up with making other videos and other stuff I want to talk about, because genuinely speaking, I just want to do that. Maybe even I'm gonna do a vlog. Maybe I might even vlog when I go to the city this weekend because the big thing is also I do want to still just hang out with my friends in real life and do stuff because I basically almost like I said the reason why I said April was basically a filler episode for me. This entire month was a filler because I felt like I didn't do anything that made me feel like I have anything to report. Like I went out and did this, that was entertaining. I went out and did this, that was entertaining. I didn't do any of that. Really, I just sat in my room, enjoyed the company of some people online, but realizing now that I need to spread that also to people IRL and also to my content because I feel like I was slacking. And that's where we're basically at, you know? And like I said, I already apologized to you guys once, but I'm going to apologize to you again. I am so sorry that the community stuff that I was doing a lot of last year kind of fell by the wayside these past 2 months. It wasn't supposed to happen. I think it's mostly just because I've been trying and experimenting with new games and trying to hang out and do new things that made me feel like I shouldn't or I wasn't in no rush to go back. But I'm gonna start coming back. We're gonna start having Mario Party again. We're gonna start having Mario Kart again. We're gonna have Smash Brothers again. We're gonna have a lot of different multiplayer games that are probably gonna come out that I'm gonna be interested in, and hopefully that we'll be doing some stuff. Because you know what? Like I said, the only one who's really stopping me is myself. And I've told you guys this in the beginning of the first part of the podcast, right? The only one who really can stop you from enjoying your life is you. And I'm not somebody who wants to just survive life. I want to live life. And living life means being okay with knowing that sometimes you might make a few mistakes and sometimes you might fail or sometimes you might not even achieve everything that you want all at once. Which is something I have to tell myself. It's okay not to achieve everything at once. Take it one piece at a time and take your time. I know that time is a valuable resource that you can't get back, but that's why it's also smarter to not try to bombard yourself and make you just lose all of your motivation and your excitement for stuff, and instead take it step by step. But yeah, that's going to be it, I think, for the podcast, My Lovely Child of the Internet. Also, somebody asked me if I would start putting it on Spotify. I'm going to try to start looking into that because, like I said, I do have the audio for every single one of these podcasts that I have done up to this point. So I'm going to try to see if I can't find that or find a way to upload them to Spotify. Because, again, I'm just used to YouTube. I'm going to be honest, it's the same reason why when I was approached by my family to stream on Twitch, I was like, yo, I don't know. I'm a little bit averse to change, as most people are, because I'm comfortable here. But then I said, whatever, let's try it. And now I'm having fun on two platforms instead of just one. And now I'm going to try to do the same with Spotify. But the only difference is with Spotify compared to this, I got to learn a completely different format, what rules, regulations, how to make it work, yada yada and so forth. And also that means I gotta take four basically pretty long podcasts and put them onto a new platform, which I don't know if I'm ready to do. Especially because the whole reason why this podcast was called the Unspoken Hyimm podcast is because, again, this is a podcast that is unspoken to most people, and him being me, and also the manifestation of a song, a melody is like it's an unspoken song of this person who's just presenting himself to the world through his emotions and through his views of the world and ideology, and just being like hidden for most people, but for those who already are in the know and the circle and are willing to listen, I appreciate you. But again, I don't need to be in the front and center. Even though, yes, I know I'm a Leo and I like attention, so I don't need it all the time. It actually makes me happier to see other people happy, even if people don't believe that. Because, hey, it shouldn't be such a rare occurrence to feel that way, but in a world where we feel like we constantly have to fight for our lives and struggle and feel like we have to do everything alone because the world told us that we have to be more independent and you have to take care of number one instead of worrying about other people, that's kind of what made the mentality of that. And I know I'm rambling now, but again, I just wanted to reiterate that because it's on the top of the dome. Like I said, all of these podcasts for this is literally getting my thoughts out, letting them flow, and just being honest with myself and with you guys. But yeah, I do really appreciate you guys. Again, I have to keep saying it because I want you guys to know you are special people, you are important, and you deserve to be loved. I need to keep reminding you guys that because sometimes it's hard to tell yourself that, and sometimes you don't hear it from the people around you, even though they think it, they should say it sometimes, and it's hard sometimes to say it. Not because you are hard to love, it's just because you feel kind of embarrassed that it takes so long for you to say it, and that it's not just something that's natural. And like I said, you guys are great, and I'm doing great too. It may take us a little while to be exactly where we want to be, but hey, at least we're not in the past where we didn't feel like we were super happy with ourselves either. So, hey, be happy that you're in a present that at least allows you to still have a chance to enjoy a future that you can still unfold for yourself. That's all I gotta say, too. Because even though sometimes I do worry about the past and about relationships or friendships that I used to very hold onto very dearly, even though I miss them sometimes, it's okay. It's okay. Their strength still guides me, and their memories are still there. And I guess the best way to end off this podcast now, because I rambled for an extra like 3 minutes, let me hit you with a new quote that I just came up with for a pickup line. Use it at your own peril, because I'm just going to say it to you guys. To me, you are like a time capsule. No matter where I bury you, with all the memories in my mind, I'll eventually dig them up because, honestly, digging them up will bring a smile to my face. And with that, my lovely child of the internet, I think that's going to be it for the Unspoken Hyimm podcast for today. Thank you so much for joining me and listening to me just ramble and go on as usual. We will be back with more content, more streams as we usually do. I'm going to try to keep consistent in May. And hopefully it works out. Do need to make only a few more changes to my life and also to the channel to make it really pop off. And I hope you guys bear with me as we now get back to doing a lot more community-centered stuff as we finish doing every single other thing that needs to be checked off the checklist, so then we can enjoy doing that stuff again. But until then, I have been Multi126789, other known as Multi-Man. Thank you so much for watching, my lovely chows of the internet, and I will catch you lovely chows next time. So, ciao ciao until then, and I hope you have a good one.